You hear this conversation off the air with our chief futurist, Larry Stenenbach, and Kelly Jackson. Kelly Jackson, I think my picture tube and my TV went out. You don't have a picture tube anymore.
Picture tube?
I need the TV repairman to come into my house. Kelly, you know the TV repairman doesn't exist anymore.
You know those cathode rays. You got to adjust them.
Does your TV have legs on it? I mean, what's going on?
Do you remember tracking on VCRs?
Already.
Like, had the lines? Now, there's a funny, it's a lot of things about that. It's the products that come first to market generally define the terms we use.
Yes.
People have still today use the term Xerox. Like,
yes.
I'm going to go Xerox
Really?
something. And you're like, Xerox hadn't been around. Like,
yes.
It's just because they were first.
Yes, exactly. All right, Larry, our tech guy. What do we got going on today?
We got some interesting tech stories. I'm going to leave the most interesting one to the end, but the first two are fairly quick. IBM this week saw a breakthrough in magnetic tapes. Now, speaking of old technology you think isn't around anymore,
Yes.
magnetic digital storage tapes are actually very, very important for the cloud and for long-term storage.
Okay.
For example, you don't want to put a lot of pictures and things like that on a hard drive and store it in a vault for years because the storage, in 100 years, it won't show what you want. Like, it degrades.
Right.
These tapes allow you to store massive amounts of data in a small amount of space. And so what they've actually made is these tapes, about the size of a cassette tape, if you think of it,
Right.
Speaking of old technology,
Yes.
that has 330 terabytes of space. Now, that's a lot to a geek like me, but to kind of put it in perspective, that is approximately 330 million books, full novels that it could hold as far as information. And it can do this all within the size of about a cassette, and that's 25 gigabytes per square inch. Absolutely credible.
Okay, now, but I'm sure that's being created on a daily basis on the internet, right?
Oh, absolutely. You got to think Amazon, everything you do on YouTube, everything. I mean, the cloud, when you hear the word the cloud,
Right.
really, if you think about it, that's someone else's hard drive is what that means.
Right.
And so they need ways to back up all this information. And tape is the way that on the industrial level is done. So this is just incredible. 25 gigabytes per square inch. It's incredibly dense.
All right,
So
IBM, a little breakthrough there. All right,
They're always doing something.
What else going on?
Booster. So, we're
love this
always,
idea.
it's pretty neat. In America, we're all about the service industries, and, we're very, very familiar with things like getting groceries delivered now from places like Schnucks downtown.
Getting your dry cleaning delivered.
Getting your dry clean delivered. Heck, there's places like Postmates and Food Peddler here in St. Louis that deliver food from anywhere.
Yes.
Right.
We're used to this. Well, Booster is a company in Silicon Valley that's trying to do the same thing with on-demand fueling of your car, on-demand gas. So right now they're operating in San Francisco Bay Area and the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and they just raised $20 million in funding on Tuesday. And so they want to expand out. So they allow users to have a mobile app to and basically specify where their car is parked, and you leave your gas tank slightly ajar.
Right.
They come through, they fill up your car with a selected grade of gas that you select, and then seal you all up.
So you don't have to go to the gas station.
You don't have to go to the gas station. Right now, they're working with corporations. So they right now they're with big like eBay,
Right.
and Google, and they're doing corporate parking lots as a way to test it. But that's actually not a bad way going forward that we might see this happen.
I love
Neat idea. It's really
Right,
neat idea.
right. Considering I was on empty when I got up this morning to go to
I think
work.
most of us are. We're just like, oh, we'll fill what we can go home. Well,
Why didn't I do this last night?
Now
'Cause
they're
last night,
claiming
you're
it
like, I'll
could
do it in
be
the morning.
They're claiming it could be cheaper and more environmentally friendly and stuff that
I don't
sounds
know
like a
about-
lot like a BS.
I
but
don't know about that.
We'll see how it goes. It's a neat idea either
Who
way.
cares about that? Just I don't have to go to the gas station.
Exactly.
All right, what's this
Now,
NASA story?
This is the neatest story of the week, and I will say it's a little bit of an overblown story, and we'll talk about why. NASA is seeking a planetary protection officer. It's the name of the job. As most of the headlines go, tasked with defending Earth from aliens.
Okay.
So it sounds really important and sci-fi, and I will say the salary range is between $124,000 and $187,000 a year.
Based on your experience of defending the planet.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of asteroids and space aliens from the old Atari really
Right.
help with that. But really, what this is about, and this actually, it's funny. This job has been around since 1967, called the exact same thing, and this job posting's been around since July. So what we're seeing is that the media at large kind of grabbed this, thought the name was interesting, and is going crazy. That, or it's a really good marketing job by someone at NASA to kind of get some excitement going. What this actually is about avoiding biological contaminations, both in humans and robotic space exploration. So actually, it's more about us contaminating Mars when we go to Mars than Martians contaminating us, though it falls under the same job, if you will.
So we don't want the common cold virus on the Mars rover when it lands on the surface of Mars.
Exactly. We don't want to pollute or contaminate anything from here to any other body outside in space. And that's really what this job is about. And so it sounds really, really neat.
Yeah, the title sounds a lot
But hold on a
different
second.
than what it really is.
Where does this person come from? I mean, what experience do you have to do this job?
You know, I think we'll have to look and see on their actual page what they're looking
Biologist or
for.
something?
It's a biology position, so you'd have to probably have a doctorate in biology, knowing math, or at least a master's.
Right.
And yeah, so it's really more of a
Can't
biological
you just
nerdy
get some
degree.
wet naps or some like Clorox wet naps and sort of wipe the thing down real good before you send it to space?
I think sadly it's more that just this isn't Ender's Game. I think that's what we all heard that planetary protection, we're expecting some space academy where they're
Right.
blowing aliens out of the sky. But
Didn't
no,
know
that's
it had been
not
around
the
for
case.
so long either.
Yeah, 1967. It's a lot of stuff happened in the space race. around
Well,
the 60s.
according to the crack research by Willie here or somebody, this was part of the United Nations treaty that we have to have somebody to not infect space.
Mm-hmm.
Which and when you come back from space, you have to be quarantined for a couple of days, so they
do.
check you out.
As
so
there's that famous picture of Nixon laughing at the astronauts in the quarantine. If you haven't seen that, search that. It's hilarious.
Yeah, there you go.
But,
all right,
good
there
stuff.
you go. All right, I want Booster to come to St. Louis.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, all right,
I
good.
love that idea.
Larry
All right.
Stenneback
Thanks,
with
Larry.
First Rule. Thanks, buddy.
See you guys.
7:56.